Really? All right, we're live. All right, and what is going on, everybody?
What's up?
Oh, vaccines. What about the vaccine? Hold on, I
What about
missed
the
something.
vaccine? It's welcome to Tempo. Can you keep up?
This is the Tempo podcast.
We are here.
At least it is most days. I don't know. Some days I feel like I'm not a podcaster.
We're
Here's
here
the thing
now.
about okay. So let me see why I say that. So
we got Tony. He's a ghost.
yeah, Tony's a ghost. So we have Ghost Tony throughout the show. So make sure you tune in for that. But I honestly don't feel like this is like. Because I've been trying to experiment with this like new format of podcasting for a long time anyway, where it's not like if you watch a podcast, it'll be like they talk for 5 minutes and then they move on to the next topic and so on and so on and so on. All right. So like, and you do that and it gets so antiquated. So I've been trying to spice things up by making the topics different sometimes. And it's something I've noticed you guys have been trying to do as well. It's just something that you don't see in podcasting too much. Like every big YouTuber has a podcast and they're all literally the same thing.
Yeah, we don't talk about stuff like, do you shave your pubes? Is that manly?
We talk about stuff like that. I mean, we just don't make it a topic.
That's a good question though. Like
we just bring it up during a different topic, like a real, like a reasonable podcaster. All right. Anyway. All right, so let's talk about the story let's start things off with the story I want to talk about the least because I care about it the least. And this isn't that I don't care about music. I don't care about the Grammys. I'm being completely honest. Because the artists don't care about the Grammys at this point. They're sick
I'm a musician, so I like the Grammys. I watched the whole Grammys. They were good, but like that like out of the Grammys, everybody's performance was good. Like it was all class, like all the gangsta rappers except for like Cardi B and Megan Thee Stallion performance. Man, they was nasty as hell. Like I've never seen this at the Grammys before. They had a bunch of strippers on a bed, like they were standing on a bed, look like a stage, but they made the stage look like a bed. And they was on it, and it was on there humping each other, like laying on top of each other, like riding each other on the bed, singing WAP, which stands for.
I think we could use more of that on television, especially.
WAP stands for wet ass. That's what it stands for. And they were singing that at the Grammys and acting it out.
We can swear on this show. I mean, come on.
Had people, wet ass pussy. That's what it means.
They were it's YouTube. Come on now. They don't care.
Well, they were sitting in the bed like humping each other, and I just knew it was gonna get a bunch of backlash, which it has.
Yeah, I mean, it's only gotten backlash from certain groups, right? So it's like a very conservative people seem to be kind of offended by it, and it's like there seems to be two reactions to it. I don't care, which is the general reaction to most things, right? And the other reaction is I care way too much about this because I'm very conservative. I mean, it's really what it comes down to. If you're a conservative person, you're not going to like this. But if you're not, that's straight up what it is. I mean, it's like
I'm pretty sure it's a lot of people, like guys that like seeing. I know if I was like 12 years old and 13 watching the Grammys, I seen that, I'd have been like, shit, I should have recorded this.
Yeah, I mean, it didn't even seem like it was that bad to me. Because like it's not worse than what's in the video that they released. I mean, like, and that's on YouTube, which anybody can see. So it's like,
Yeah, but they was in there humping each other like with a bunch of strippers going down poles.
Yeah, but it's like it's obviously okay for TV, or they wouldn't have allowed them to do it. You know what I mean? Like they rehearsed this. It's not like they didn't know this is what the performance was going to be. You know, yeah. It's like so if the Grammys were okay with it and that being their image, then so be it, I guess. Although what I will say about the Grammys that I find really startling is that every year more and more artists that don't win when they should. And now artists are literally just straight up saying it. They'll just say it at the show. Yeah, I didn't deserve to win this. It should have gone.
I thought everybody won who deserved. Like Megan Thee Stallion won a couple of them. I think she should have won.
Some people won some stuff, but the like artist of the year they say was like a big mistake. And like I forget the person that won. I think somebody literally came out and said, like, I didn't deserve to win this award or something like that. Really? I'm not joking. It might have been. I don't know. Like I said, I didn't watch. I didn't see anything about it. I just saw this story around this. I'm saying, like, I mean, maybe they thought someone else should have won something. I can't remember what it was.
He didn't win anything, and he was on the charts literally for a year, top 10.
Yeah, like that's the big snub from this year. Is The Weeknd still hasn't won a Grammy? I don't think. Like
Beyonce won a Grammy. She got the most Grammys.
Yeah, she's got the most Grammys ever for an artist for an artist, which is crazy.
Beyonce, you expect stuff like that. You know what I mean? Like it's not anything new.
Yeah, it really isn't. It really isn't. It's when Beyonce or somebody like that accomplishes something, you don't have like as much of it. It doesn't impact you like, okay, like So, for example, like if I don't know, Dak Prescott tomorrow started like a charity that was like really important and doing a cool thing, we would talk about it because he's not known for doing that. But if Beyonce did it, we'd be like, okay, Beyonce, what are you trying? What are you about to go and do that you need public relations for? What did you do? You know, that's the immediate suspicion is that there's a reasoning for it. So
Beyonce is just the shit. It's just
She is. No,
yeah, she deserves to have 35 Grammys or something like that. Something stupid, like anyway. Yeah,
I wonder if the Grammys wrote their music. They should have rewards for people who wrote it.
Well, like separate, like how the Oscar separates by like original screenplay and like maybe not in that way, but like in like
none of them
original
really don't be
song
writing their
versus
songs.
song written for you. Or I mean, I guess at the end of the day, the person that wrote the song probably gets the award also, or at least if they don't, you probably, if you're a smart artist, make a Grammy for them. You know,
and they sitting at the house, not at the Grammys,
or you just pay them, which they probably are fine with too. You know. I think they're fine with that. All right, so let's move on to a fun topic. I like this one. Let's go to the most underrated superhero. So I was talking with Tony a little bit about this before.
The most underrated superhero.
This is such a weird question because it's the way it's phrased. It's just weird because I know underrated is weird. Because like I was saying to Tony, I could just name a weird superhero that nobody knows about. But I actually have an interesting answer to this, and it has nothing to do with their actual level of power.
Who?
But just as a comic book character, they get crapped on a lot. Green Lantern. So Green Lantern is like one of the best storyline comics, like straight up ever written from end to. There's a reason why they don't change.
This one, what's the name? He did the movie was like shitty.
Yeah, that really kind of ruined it for a lot of people. That really crappy CGI Green Lantern with Ryan Reynolds. Yeah, he just posted something about it on Twitter the other day. Actually, it was
and Ryan Reynolds is funny.
He said he was going to watch it and drink a whole bunch of gin.
Yeah, I think it was on St. Patty's Day or something. Yeah, and of course, go figure. That's the Green Lantern. I know it's absolutely.
That's like his worst movie.
The only thing that would have made that better is if it was subtweeted by like Seth Rogen or something with like a reference to Green Hornet or something.
Or if they would have did it to where it was like Deadpool and he was slicing people's arms off or something, you know.
That would be pretty funny, yeah. No, I mean like Green Lantern is just a super really underrated story. Like there's a reason why when they've done Green Lantern every time, excuse me, in DC Comics, they've done the same storyline that ends the same way and pretty much goes the same way every time because you can't really, there's nothing you would do that would do, you can do small spins on stuff, which is what they tend to do at this point, but it's mostly just like you'll have a new character in a position of power that you wouldn't like. There's a lot of really, really interestingly, like people think of Hal Jordan when they think of Green Lantern, but there's actually some other really interesting Green Lantern characters out there. I think the guys' names are like Guy Gardner or something like that. It's not Gardner, it's something like that, but it's like you have these two other characters who are pretty important Green Lantern characters who both get to like, they imply at points that Hal is like.
I get to tell y'all, that's true. My underrated watch.
Okay.
Nobody's gonna disagree. The Silver Surfer, man.
I wouldn't say he's underrated. He's the Herald of Galactus. I mean, you can't get much stronger than that when Galactus himself literally chooses.
How can he be not on none of the movies?
They had a whole movie named after him.
It was Fantastic Four: The Rise of the Silver Surfer. How can they not have him? Not nothing, not one movie. Come on.
I mean, he's a hard character. He's a lot of money to spend on CGI.
The Silver Surfer is in everybody's comic books. Everything he's done, everything like
he's literally
he was the main character in Infinity Gauntlet.
He's the one that helps Adam Warlock plan everything. I know he's the one that warns Adam Warlock what's going to happen. Yeah,
the Silver Surfer's like the main character. He's like Vision.
Silver Surfer shows up on a planet that's being like nuked by Thanos, and he's like, "Oh, this is probably not good. I should probably go tell everybody." And then he does, and then they still all get killed. Literally,
we'll get him right off the Silver Surfer.
I wish I was joking when I said he goes to get the alliance of superheroes and supervillains. They leave. They go to fight Thanos the first time. All get killed and then brought back. It's hilarious.
Yeah, and Guardians of the Galaxy is supposed to be incorporated with the Silver Surfer, not the Fantastic Four.
Yeah. the Fantastic Four have associations with him because they have associations with Galactus. But I mean, like the main storyline that was supposed to feature him already happened. So it's like I think that's the weird thing is that I think if you do bring in the X-Men and the Fantastic Four, you will see the Silver Surfer eventually because eventually you're going to see Galactus.
I think
but
he's
it's
underrated.
also like
his comic books are worth so much money.
Yeah.
Silver Surfer is just not used. I would say he's an underused property, is how I would put it. But it's just because he's hard to do. You have to use him in very specific situations, and he's also very difficult. Like they've rated this problem in that Fantastic Four movie. You can't really fight him. He's kind of invincible a little bit. I mean, you can kill him, but it's the amount of effort you expend fighting him is going.
You got to knock him off his board.
But anyway,
everybody knows that the Punisher's underrated. They put him on the series, and man, they need to make a better movie about the Punisher for real. And Daredevil is very underrated too.
Honestly, I would trade a brand new Punisher series for a one-off Punisher movie with John Bernthal. I would take that. No, I would be like, you know what? Because I honestly don't think it's going to be better written than the last time they did it. And I love him, and I want to see him play Punisher and like maybe an MCU role or something. But like maybe do like a one-off movie instead of like, because the problem with the character of the Punisher is he has to start murdering people as soon as you start doing that.
They bring him in with Deadpool.
Unless you do it like PG-13 BS murder, which isn't what you wanted of a Punisher.
No, they should bring the Punisher in with Deadpool on his line, on his timeline.
I just don't think they're literally complete opposites. It's like I guess that would be funny for a bit, but with it.
Punisher's a murderer.
Because Punisher murders people and Deadpool murders people for fun. There's a difference.
That's
one has revenge and really big and one of them's one of them's literally a private military contractor, and the other was literally in the military. I mean, like, you can't have much more opposite than that. Like, they're gonna dislike each other because I doubt they say that they say Deadpool was special forces. I don't know if that's actually true though.
That's like with Cable being on Deadpool too.
But Cable is he was I think he was also
they were all part of X Force.
His backstory is weird.
And they were all a part of X Force.
Well, yeah, but that's the group that they formed that group. I'm just curious how they're going to handle characters like this when they bring them in. The one that I don't think ever honestly will happen in DC is Green Lantern, just because it's just too much lore to have to introduce. You'd have to do 2 or 3 Green Lantern movies before you'd introduce him, and you don't have the luxury the MCU has of doing that. And even then the MCU is usually one movie. All right, you're in. Wait, what? Coach, I just got on the team. I don't know. Why are you giving me the ball? Anyway, okay.
What about Daredevil?
So
I would say Hawkeye.
Nah, he's rated correctly. He's Bo. What's he gonna do? Against the bigger threats, there's a reason why characters like Hawkeye.
When he got mad about his family being dead, he looked like he would have been gangster.
But he's only as strong as okay. So if we're using the way, and I've been watching so many power scaling videos for anime, and it's when you get the anime power levels, it just gets stupid, right? But it's I don't know that Hawkeye can take out most earthly threats, let alone intergalactic threats. That's the thing. Hawkeye was off doing his own thing for a reason during both films, because even though they had introduced him as a character, they kind of just are but go over there and do this while we worry about other things in the plot, because we don't have time for you right now, Hawkeye.
Yeah, but remember the alternate universe though, after his family got killed or died after the first Infinity.
No, that was that universe. That's
when he came back, he was dead. He was out there murdering folks. He was out there killing Chinese.
You say alternate universe. That's the main timeline. That happened. Just because they reset it doesn't mean it didn't happen. He still was Hawkeye for a bit. He still holds this.
Well, I'm just saying he was out there. He looked cool.
I think Ronin Hawkeye barely scales to honestly to I think there's a good chance that even with the sword he could get taken down by Black Widow. I'm gonna be honest. And the reason why I say that is because she's implied to already be stronger than him in the first Avengers movie.
Yeah.
Because she takes him down she barely takes him down. She was holding back against him and still knocked his ass out when he was under mind control. So and granted, I'm sure he's improved in skill since then, having fought robots and aliens and all that. But he's still a bow guy. I don't think he scales to most, and this is why he's not been in a majority of the films since he's since they realized this themselves. He doesn't scale to other characters. He would get one punched by Thanos, like.
Well, yeah,
but I think they need to incorporate the Kingpin and Daredevil off the series since they didn't switched it over to Disney Plus. I think they should go ahead and bring it to the MCU, like Kingpin, Daredevil.
Well, and they talk about
what I mean by that, Tony, is Wilson Fisk and Daredevil
Cage.
could both take a punch from Thanos and probably keep fighting. Would
Daredevil was hard,
messed up? Yeah, but he would still be able to keep fighting.
Daredevil was a great series.
Like if you take any of the other main characters, including probably even Black Widow, because she seems to have like some kind of like something extra going on. They keep throwing these ideas that there's something that's going to happen in Black Widow that's different, that we're not expecting. That's going to be like that. Why it can't just be dead. No, there's still a Black Widow movie happening. I don't know. the movie's still coming out in like the movie comes out I think in like 5 weeks or something.
That must be like a Black Widow origin. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, I know it is. Well, I mean, they're gonna have flash forward scenes in it. I guess they're gonna have like so it was thought for a while.
I want the same dude that played Punisher to come in with Daredevil and add them to the MCU, but they're rated R, so I would add them to Deadpool.
I think they're gonna introduce Daredevil in Spider-Man 3. Because we had at the end of Spider-Man 2, Spider-Man being framed for something, and Daredevil historically has done that. Although that could also be how they introduce.
Daredevil and Punisher was rated R.
She-Hulk, who is also a lawyer. So, but I mean,
yeah.
So it could be either of those characters. I'm guessing probably She-Hulk more likely because her show's a one-off. I think. Whereas, I don't know. It really depends. How Marvel TV goes over the next few years is really going to determine a lot of this stuff. But I'm excited. Underrated superheroes, I would say Daredevil is one of them. I mean, he's actually pretty stupid strong. Like, he's not only a really talented martial artist, he's really violent. He can press. He's violent. He can press. When you push him to a certain point, he just becomes pretty brutal. But like he's blind, so like not only is he a talented martial artist, he's talented enough to do it without being able to see. Like it's just wild to me. Which I've always thought, like there's characters like that. That's like a trope of a character, like the blind, martial arts master.
Have you watched the Daredevil series? It's good.
I haven't, but I've seen that scene where he goes full anger mode with the over his eyes and stuff, and he's just mad and he
his and the Punishers is good. The third season,
and he just murders everybody, and you're like, damn, dude, I didn't know you were like this.
The third season was all right, but the second one, when they first introduced the Punisher, that was savage.
All right, what else do we?
That was the best season, like out of all of them, really. That Daredevil, the second season. Mm-hmm. Man, that jump was so good. They could put that whole thing together and make a movie out of it.
Yeah, I've seen.
The dude that played the Punisher was good. The dude from The Walking Dead.
Oh yeah, John Bernthal. Yeah, I like him as an actor.
He was a great Punisher.
Yeah, I just don't. I want to just see them give him a film. I think
he's like Wolverine. He's like the Wolverine. I can't picture nobody else being the Punisher now.
The other thing is, we are going to get another Wolverine here soon, though. So you say that, but we will have one, and eventually that'll be Wolverine. So it's like,
who's going to be Wolverine?
Somebody. They're going to have to cast a Wolverine. If they don't cast a Wolverine, I'm abandoning the MCU and becoming a DC stan because absolutely no shot. Like if they decide they don't want to, try and I can't see that. But my phone's
the
buzzing.
Kid from All the King. What is it? All the Kingsmen or the Kings? Or the
Kingsmen?
Yes, the Kingsmen.
Kingsman.
The kid that I read that he's.
That's who plays Spider-Man, ain't it?
No.
He looked like
Spider-Man is Tom Holland. But anyway, so he rumored. I've heard some other people rumored as well.
To play Wolverine?
Yeah, I honestly would love Kit Harington from Game of Thrones because he's got like the beard and mustache combo. You could make him look like Logan, and he's also short, which is huge for people that don't realize that Logan is supposed to be a short dude. Logan's like 5'5".
Wolverine was short. I didn't know that.
Let's look it up because I want to be exact because it's hilarious. How
I thought Wolverine was at least 6'2".
No. That's because of Hugh Jackman. How short is Wolverine? We're about to find out live. What? Wolverine. I don't know why my Google's not searching lately. He's
I know
5. All right, Wolverine. Logan is 5'3". He's very short. He's a manlet. He's a bit of a manlet.
For real?
Not a joke. You Google it yourself. I just looked it up myself because I didn't remember the exact measurement.
5'3". Wow, mind blown.
Yeah, it's and so like when you hear me annoyed, I love the performance and I love that he understood the character like 5 movies into it, but it's just like he was way too tall. And they don't give Hugh Jackman enough crap about that. Like I know he can't control his height, but like he knew that he was going to get complaints about that for his entire time playing the character. So it's like I don't know, less sympathy for that to me.
Who could play Wolverine? The dude that played Joker, maybe.
I was throwing out there Kit Harington, the guy that played Jon Snow in Game of Thrones. I like him as an actor because he's also,
isn't he?
huh?
What about the guy that played Joker though? What's his name? The last dude that played Joker.
But I think he's going to be in Eternals, right? So like you could justify him being different characters. Well, the reason why I say because I don't think he's going to be in a major role in that. I think most of the side characters in Eternals are going to be kind of irrelevant because it's going to be like 1,000 years before everything else happened, or 1,000,000 even. You know, like. So it really depends on what characters they have him play. If they have him playing one of the Eternals, obviously. But I mean, you know, like because all 4 to 5 of those main characters, whoever the fuck comes out of that as main character, you know what I mean, like. Is going to obviously involve themselves in the main plot of the MCU. We just don't know who all that's going to be. We don't know that that's necessarily going to be Robert Madden, Angelina Jolie. I think it's Angelina Jolie, and then like whoever the major cast members that they all cast. We don't know that it's all of them. They could all just be doing random stuff.
Tomb Raider. Stay the hell away from the MCU.
I'm thinking like
no.
Like that there's probably going to be a lot of weird stuff in that film. I've been looking at that for a long time, that Eternals film. I remember when nobody was talking about it, but me and my friend were covering it, like, because we thought this is going to be really cool because...
What about the little gay girl that's on Deadpool, though? Like the little X-Men girl?
Negasonic Teenage Warhead, which is the actual name of the character.
Negasonic Teenage Warhead.
Yep. That's Deadpool for you. I love that universe. It's so awesome. It's funny because I don't know if people realize that movie those movies technically take place in the Fox X-Men universe, at least so far. So they, and I don't know I'm not entirely sure which Fox universe either because it is implied that it's both. Fox
I know Beast had a cameo. It's just I like the Deadpool universe the best out of all the comic book universes so far. I like the Marvels. They just ain't got a lot of Deadpool universes in, but I think they should like really roll on that tide a little bit.
Well, the cool thing about what they did at the end of Deadpool 2 is that he can literally show up anywhere now. So, because they gave him his teleportation belt. So, which by the way, is not an item they made up. That is an item that Deadpool has. The thing that Negasonic Teenage Warhead fixes for him that he can now travel through time cables thing. That's a literal item he has on his belt after the cable stuff in the comics too. So he can teleport to any point in time, space, whatever. Probably multiverses at this point. He could show up in the multiverse of madness. He probably will just to be a troll.
That's why he was going through killing all Ryan Reynolds' old parts.
Yep.
He's going around murdering them. That joke was funny.
I am only Deadpool is what he's just no, but all right. Yeah, let's move on to GOAT talk. I've been talking about comic books for a while.
LeBron James and Michael Jordan. Who is the best?
I mean, so the numbers records. So I'll just set this up because I don't have as much to contribute to this because I don't know enough about stats. But I do know that Michael Jordan has it statistically. LeBron James has it by all the experts' opinion. All right, go ahead. That's all I had to throw in there because that's
I would say
that's where it comes in.
I say Michael Jordan is because Michael Jordan played in the rougher times where fouls went like so sensitive. The game wasn't so sensitive. It was like somebody get their nose busted. It's like, all right, that wasn't a foul. He's alive. Michael Jordan came up in a hard time.
Is he bleeding
out? You had
to
really be able to play and you had to be able to play defense too. See.
Yeah.
Now LeBron James, I understand LeBron James is really good, but he has no defending titles. Defense titles, like Michael Jordan had the most steals some years. You know, he had the most block steals. Like he had the defending title. Like Michael Jordan wasn't just out there like just on offense. He was the defensive king too. Like if you play with Michael Jordan on the video game, couldn't nobody run past you. Just steal that shit. Like you know.
So just clarification here. So it looks like I was just looking up statistically. So it looks like LeBron has like what 1 or 2 Finals MVPs, and like there's like 3 for Jordan or something like that.
How many defense titles do we have?
Oh, I'm just saying. Like I think maybe 1. I could be wrong about that.
That's what makes the difference. I think to me, the defense titles. You can play offense all day, but can you play defense? Now, assist wise, I'm pretty sure LeBron got him on that.
Probably because the game has changed a lot since then, but you know what I mean? Like there's a lot more. I feel like the scoring generation is different. Like they generate scoring differently now through assists. You know what I mean? Like, am I crazy to think that? Like, maybe I am. I don't know. They definitely have changed the way they score. So that's the least I can at least say that. All right, let's look at LeBron's. I'm pulling up some of LeBron's stats here because I'm just curious.
I feel like Michael Jordan played when you had better competition.
It's got 1,800 assists, so you might have him. I don't know. I don't actually know. Minutes a game, 42 minutes a game. I mean, this is the joke that I've heard made too. A tired LeBron or Michael Jordan is still 100% better than like 90% of the NBA, which is insane.
Yeah, it's only 5 players, and Michael Jordan's one of them that won both the MVP and the Defensive Player of the Year.
LeBron has like 4 Finals MVPs, which is crazy. 4 like overall MVPs.
Like LeBron got to get a Defensive Player of the Year, man. You got to play some defense, man.
I mean, he's made the NBA All Defensive Team 6 times. I mean, 5 times first team. I mean, that's pretty good defensive play right there. I mean, now is it like best in the NBA? No, but it's up there. He's in the top 5 players. You know what I mean?
And plus, somebody created LeBron. Somebody made him in the lab. I'm telling you, somebody injected his mom's egg with steroids and then went to the daddy and rubbed his balls with Michael Jordan juice and Magic Johnson and put him like that is a big dude, man. That is like Shaq, Jordan all mixed in one. LeBron is shit. I'm not gonna lie, but LeBron, he's wimp. He didn't win. He didn't go in a dunk contest. Now Michael Jordan, he's not up for. He's playing the game just to play basketball. He's not really playing. He's playing to be somebody. He's trying. You know what I mean? To be. You know what I mean? Michael Jordan wasn't trying. He was like, I'm going to the dunk contest. Michael Jordan was in a 3-point contest. Michael Jordan, you know what I'm saying? He played the game, but he played the game like he played like. You know what I mean? He got his ass kicked.
Wow. He's only like 200 minutes away, unless this is not updated, from like 50,000 career minutes played. That's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
That's nuts. Yeah, I mean, then this argument is going to go on for forever. The only thing that LeBron can ever do to shut it up is the same thing Tom Brady did, which is just win more championships, you know?
Yeah.
And then it doesn't really matter at that. Then it's an opinion at that point, you know? Like, because the thing is, Michael Jordan is going to continue to own most of the stats until LeBron decides that he just wants to take them all, you know? Genuinely.
Well, you know, he can because Michael Jordan did. Now, we can't say it's great. Like, he was younger than LeBron, I think, when he went to the Washington Wizards.
Yeah.
And they just didn't. They did shitty. He was on the Wizards for what, 2 seasons?
Mm-hmm.
The interesting thing is they're 2 completely different players in that way. LeBron has been all over the place and won championships literally in multiple places.
Yeah, but see, the new NBA, when Jordan came back to the new NBA, at LeBron's age now, he wasn't dominating shit.
No.
Like the Wizards wasn't doing nothing. Like he was on the Wizards. Let's not forget about that. See, people forget. Now, that's one thing I do admit. People forget about that. Jordan came back to the Wizards. LeBron probably at the same. How old was Michael Jordan when he went to the Wizards? Let's look that up.
Yeah, how old? Him going when he went to the Wizards was because they told him he couldn't be a partial owner of a team he didn't play for.
Yeah, it's true. I mean, it's funny because I was looking that up when I was looking up the Michael Jordan, the exact spellings, just because I didn't want to like misspell something weird. I didn't realize that Michael Jordan also is a partial owner of a team. I was like, wait, what? I was like, what?
And then even LeBron James, is part owner of
That's true. He just became part of our baseball team, right?
Michael Jordan was 38 years old with the Wizards. So he was older.
In like New York or something.
LeBron's 36 right now.
But LeBron owns like part of the Yankees or something there, like right or something silly.
He owns part of the Red Sox, but they also
the Red Sox.
Like this whole conglomerate like owns even a piece of Penske NASCAR. So like
that was the other thing I saw. Michael Jordan has got a piece of some NASCAR team as well.
Well, yeah, no, him and Denny Hamlin started 2311 Racing.
Yeah, I saw that. It was crazy.
Yeah, Michael Jordan was 38 when he played with the Wizards. So Michael Jordan was a lot older. LeBron's 36. Now, if he continues on, I think LeBron gonna play till his son make it to the NBA.
Yeah, I think he wants to play on the same team. I think that's what I think he wants, or against. I don't know. He wants to be on the same court as his son. I think.
Yeah, I think he want to make his son only got what? If he go straight out of high school, he got another year to go. LeBron James' son gonna make it.
Oh yeah, there's no way he doesn't make it. I mean, he's got
good.
LeBron training him. He's got, I mean, probably the best basketball experts in the world training him. You know what I mean? Probably half the NBA. You know what I mean? As a joke, I'm saying that, but probably a good amount. He probably met a good amount of NBA players at this point. You know, like I would say.
Michael Jordan's sons must suck. They ain't heard of them at all.
I wonder if he's.
He's 16 years old and he's 6'2".
Yeesh. He's gonna be huge.
Yeah, but he's in Cleveland. Dang, he's still growing.
It'll be interesting to see what he does. It may be one of those things where if I'm that kid, I might go to college just to be like, no, I got to prove myself first, you know, before I even try and step to my dad. Because if I end up not making it because of this, then I should never have been on the same court of him to begin with or something is like the logic in the head. I know that could be like a career ender there, but it's like, if I want to prove myself before I ever get to this,
LeBron gonna have to go through 3 more seasons to play with his son. He gonna make it.
Yeah, I think he'll be there. I think he wants to be, and I think the NBA will somehow finagle things around so that the first game of that season is somehow them playing each other if they're not on the same team, you know.
But his son tore his meniscus.
I mean, like, because I don't think there's any way he's not like the top 10 draft, even though just for being LeBron's son in general. But like on top of that, he's the known quantity as well. You know, like, I mean, was there ever
LeBron? Yeah, they trying to. Yeah, he say he's trying to pull him to the Lakers.
Yeah, see, look at that. He's trying to get him on the Lakers. Of course he is. But you know what? I bet you if he wants to play somewhere else, he lets him because it's like, what's your life? You know, like.
Well, that's like the Ball situation. Like,
right.
LaMelo Ball is the man right now. Like he is balling, but he is everything his brother was supposed to be.
Let's say this is literally what everyone was like with the other Ball kid was like, this is the greatest thing that ever happened.
Ball. Everybody thought Lonzo was about to come in like.
That's how irrelevant he is. I've forgotten his name. That's how irrelevant he is.
Lonzo. Yep, he came in. He with the Pelicans with
I remember his dad's name more than I remember his name. That's how bad he was.
Yeah, but LaMelo, he lighting the Hornets up. He's like unstoppable out there. He is hard. I'm not gonna lie. You know he the rookie of the year this year.
Oh yeah, for sure. It's a long lineage of people that have won that award too.
That's something big. That's what his brother was supposed to do. I know his brother's hating on him. Like, I look like Drake though.
True.
Like, I look like Drake.
The funny thing about the NBA right now is that it's actually like probably the most fun to watch for a casual viewer that it's ever been, just because like the rich are staying rich like they always do in the NBA and the MLB, you know, and the Lakers could do it again this year. You know what I mean? Like it looks like it's a very strong possibility. You know what I mean? Like
I don't know. They got to get past Utah Jazz. Jazz balling this year.
They are absolutely. Utah looks a lot stronger than they did last year, but it's like it's one of those things where like LeBron's just firing on all cylinders, and so is the rest of that team, and it's just like okay.
And you got to watch out for the Brooklyn Nets too. You got Kyrie, Durant, Harden on the same team.
Yeah,
and
have they figured that out yet? Have they figured out the minutes on that team yet? Like, because you said they were having issues playing them all three at the same time.
Oh, and they about to get Blake Griffin. They talking about bringing Blake Griffin in there too.
Wow.
So now they're gonna have like a four. That's like a all-star team.
They're trying to build the super team over there. Okay.
Like Blake Griffin, that's Jay-Z. He on the Nets, don't he?
Yeah, I think so.
Jay-Z trying to get it in. Like who's gonna the Nets? I don't think nobody's going to beat the Nets in the 7-game series unless it's the Bucks because they got Giannis right now.
Giannis. We'll talk about a guy that just defines what's cool about the NBA right now. Just beautiful accuracy. Anyway, he's literally like a superhuman shooter. It's incredible. It's not like, obviously it's not. And
Giannis is a big man. There's not a lot of big men in the league, and he's a big dude. He's down there. He's killing them.
Oh yeah, he's got the size to keep up with somebody contesting a shot too. Like he's not just like
if he's big, like he is
there's NBA big, and then there's like NBA massive, where like you can like fight people off while they're attacking your shots. You know what I mean? Like and like you know what I mean? Like because that's a skill that certain player positions have. But not everybody is going to be like Russell Westbrook and just be able to fade away backwards on a shot. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, but Russell Westbrook, see, the thing about him, he's good. He's just not consistent.
No, but you would trust him with the ball unless you had a better shooter. You know what I mean? Like,
some cases.
You remind me of dude on White game that Russell Westbrook's going to get it for you. I think you would. I mean, I've watched Nikola Vucevic do it
because they was on the Houston Rockets. Him and James Harden.
Trust my center to score.
James Harden couldn't do shit. James Harden doing so much better with Kyrie Irving and Durant, and all three of them. I don't even think they all three been on the floor yet.
No, that's
one of them's been injured.
Once they figure that out, dude, if they can figure that out, that them all on the floor.
But that's because one's injured every time. See, Harden and Durant played together when they was on OKC. Harden was on the bench though. He won 6th man of the year. Every year it was Westbrook and Durant and the rest of the team. They had Harden on the bench. That's why Harden wanted to trade because he was on the bench. Mm-hmm. He's coming off as the 6th man and killing him.
I'm actually curious.
That's the coach from Oklahoma City is a dumbass. Because he should have had Harden, Westbrook, and Durant there at the same time instead of bringing Harden off the bench as a 6th man, which was a good concept at the time. But that's how they lost that 7-game series when they could have won the championship. Because of that dumb shit.
Oh no, I watched Cleveland, and this is what made me not interested in the Cavaliers at all.
By the way, the Cavaliers are balling this year, I believe.
Yeah, I've heard they're actually doing pretty well, despite everyone thinking they were kind of like average ever since they lost LeBron and who else left? Or is somebody still there? I can't remember. Anyway, I don't remember. I remember Cleveland was in a bunch of drama when LeBron left. So, but I remember that like they had like a really good team. And they went to the finals like 2 or 3 years in a row, and like it just didn't. They won once, and it was like, oh great. And then they just didn't. They just crapped out in the rest of it. And it was like, okay, this is not a team I'm interested in anymore. Thanks, like.
Yep. Just to give everybody an update in the East, Milwaukee's number 1.
Okay.
Toronto's number 2. Boston's number 3. The Pacers 4.
We can't let those Canadians beat us in our own sport again.
Damn, the Nets is down there like
that was nonsense when Canadians came in and won baseball that one year. Oh,
yeah, damn. So Milwaukee,
we let them beat us
over them right now. Oh wait a minute,
a lot of that.
My bad, wrong year. I'm like, this can't be right. It's the wrong year. It's on crack. This is 2019. Get the hell out of here.
They might not have the season stats yet or something.
They do have the stats. They came.
They have like week-to-week stats. I just don't know if they have like
wrong stats, folks. Let me get the correct stats here.
So,
okay. I'm sorry.
No, I was just gonna like throw so I have a question for.
I'm break it down.
So just to end this topic when we get through the stats, I do have a question, but go ahead.
Okay. In the Eastern Conference, 76ers is number 1. The Nets are number 2. The Bucks are number 3. Of course, the Heat, who went to the championship last year, number 4. And out of the blue sky, thanks to LaMelo, the Hornets are number 5. And I'll be damned, the Hawks are number 6. But that's your boy Trey. Yeah, they're doing it. The Celtics and the Knicks are number 8. Over the Bulls, Pacers, the Cavaliers are still down there. Sorry, guys. But damn, the Knicks actually are 500 right now.
Wow.
On time, the Hawks are 500. Wow, the Hornets barely. But the Nets, they ain't gonna beat the Nets out. And in the East or the West, Jazz. Damn, the Lakers is number 3, so it's the Jazz. People been sleeping on the Suns. The Suns up there balling this year.
I think I've heard about that. I think they just
Yeah,
have like,
because they got Chris Paul.
you know how like one of those teams occasionally in the NFL will just come together, even though they've been good for years, they just never really did anything, and they just I think they make the playoffs a couple of years in a row. The Bills would be my example of that. They had Josh Allen, they just hadn't put it together yet, and then all of a sudden now they're a playoff team every year, right? I think that's probably what you're getting out of the Phoenix Suns right now, right? Is that they were just there, they just weren't there. You know
I
what
think
mean?
the
Like,
hype over Zion Williamson, even though he's killing it this year, suck. They're like number 11.
you
The
think that's a
Grizzlies
guy
are
that's
number
just going to
10.
end up on a different team one day, like, and then that'll just be that? Like,
He might become a average Joe.
you may just be one of those guys that you know
He's
he's
not
good,
gonna be
but
no LeBron. He's not gonna
Okay.
be no LeBron.
that seems fair. I think the hype like that died after like.
I ain't
year
gonna
one.
lie, it might be LaMelo the way he balling. If LaMelo,
That'd be
keep
really
this pace-
cool.
Yeah, if LaMelo keep this pace up, he might be the one. Like he might be. You know how they have a new one.
Oh yeah, it's just like okay. Everyone was like Lamar Jackson is the next guy after we had like Mahomes and then Lamar the next year, right? We're like, oh my gosh, this is the next. We're gonna have a new great quarterback every year. It's like no, Lamar is really great, but his contract reflects how good he is. You know what I mean? Like, and he'll get his $80 million and be fine. But you know, it's
I think
like
Melo Ball might be the one right now. Like Zion Williamson. I was looking towards him. You know, being the greatest. He's too injury prone, and he's like Anthony Hardaway. He just, you know. And then I like
such a momentum start of his career. You know,
John Morant's good too, but he's just missing maybe a little bit of size, or just I don't know. John Morant, I'll keep him in a contender spot for being somebody great. Right now, I would have to stick with LaMelo. He's really out there. He's really out there doing it every game, and this is his first year. This is his rookie year.
Okay, so I asked this like way early in the season, the way too early MVP. Or let's just get an update on it now. Who do you think is currently in the race for the MVP for the NBA?
Giannis.
Okay. Okay.
Yep. Oh, Embiid for the 76ers.
Okay. Yeah, I always hear him talked about for sure.
Embiid, I would definitely give it to Embiid. I wouldn't give it to LeBron right now because, you know, can't do it by himself.
No.
I would say I can't think of the kid's name from the Jazz, but he's balling too.
Let me think. Let me pull up the roster. Will we recognize the name? Is it? Hold on. It's what position do they play?
I don't know. I'm not too familiar with the Jazz.
Because I'm thinking because there's a couple of names I recognize here. I just don't. I assume it's a young guy, right?
Yep.
Yeah. So I'm not necessarily going to know based on age.
Right now, Joe Embiid is considered the number 1 spot.
Is it? Hold on. Yeah. Is it Donovan Mitchell? No. Maybe
It
not.
might have been.
Jordan Clarkson? I don't know. I'm just looking at names here. Okay, there's like 24, 28. Yeah, I don't know, whatever. Well, there's a guy on the Jazz that's really good right now. If you're a fan of the NBA, you probably know it. I obviously don't because I really don't have time to watch sports these days, to be honest, with work. So anyway, that's a lot of sports talk. So I think that's pretty much a good place to end it. But yeah, MVP, we'll do that at the end of the NBA season as well. I figure we'll start doing it a couple times throughout the year. We'll do it for other sports as well. I'll try and pull one together for baseball. Baseball is going to be a lot easier because it'll be pretty obvious who's going to win like the Cy Young, like 100 games in or something. But
well, you know, LeBron just bought the Boston Red Sox, part ownership of the Boston Red Sox.
I like that the NBA is starting to use its money that it's made and the players have made to reach out to other sports to try and, you know, buy some more of that security for other sports' players, because like you look at the MLB and you really are at the mercy of the expensive teams. So you're going to play for one of the top
He
5.
bought the
10
Red Sox.
teams, you know?
What the hell he buy the Red Sox for?
Money. It's a money franchise. They probably needed some cash flow so they could buy some people because remember they just lost their star player a couple of seasons ago.
He should have bought the Cleveland Indians. That son of a bitch. Fuck it, I'm saying it. He said, "Why you ain't buy the Cleveland Indians? We ain't got no damn name."
I would like that to have some money. Yeah, I agree.
I'm just saying.
We just made some moves recently. So
yeah, you're from Ohio. I mean,
maybe he just doesn't like the. Maybe he would rather have bought the Reds, but he couldn't.
Cleveland don't got a name.
Here's what I will say about LeBron.
I tell you, it could have been the Cleveland Balls.
That's true.
Cleveland Balls.
That'd be kind of funny. But like,
just have a ball with a face on it, like
you're like, yeah, like, but like, just swap just the Reds logo, but just the like, Indian stuff. The Cleveland, call ourselves the Cleveland Blues, and just be the exact opposite of the Reds, just with blue.
The Cleveland, they already got that though, don't they? The Blue Jays?
It's St. Louis. They have the Blues, yeah. But in hockey, but you know, that'd be kind of funny. No, I don't hate Guardians. It's not a terrible name.
The Cleveland Deers.
We could do an offensive name. We could go for even more offensive than we are now. No, anyway. But yeah, so
Cleveland Reindeers.
So I'm trying to think, is there anything else sports wise? Not much has been going on. It's mostly just been like prepping for the next seasons and stuff like that. And is there anything in NASCAR right now that's happening by chance, Tony?
No, not really. I mean, the biggest thing is we've had a lot of no winner. Like the people that are winning haven't won before, so it's like the veterans that we're used to seeing win. They're
the new group is coming in of like these young guys. They're starting to sort of take their own a little
Ain't
bit.
Got no name like
could make the playoffs really, or the play. I don't know what the equivalent of playoffs, but like the championship type rate, like the big champion races.
Yeah, like Johnny,
interesting because younger guys are qualifying more. Maybe I don't know, but
like Johnny Carson Jr. won and shit.
Like late moves in the race. So I mean,
okay.
The last 2 or 3 races.
So nobody knows one like Corey Dodson or some shit like.
It comes down to like the last 5 laps when somebody will make a mistake that's in the lead. Like you got Denny Hamlin, who is a pretty good champion, and something will happen. Somebody will make a move, and then all of a sudden one of these young guys pulls up. So
I just had a random thought. Are there any Mexican basketball players in the NBA?
I don't think so.
There has to be at least one, right? Like,
I don't think so.
Let's look.
I've never heard of a Julio Suarez or.
What's his name? Got to be Julio.
Hispanic NBA players.
Jose Ramirez.
Juan.
So there's been Latino players and there's been Brazilians as well. I don't know why it says that.
Who's there now? Who's Mexican? I said Mexican.
I guess. Well, there was a. Like, what do you mean? Like someone that actually was born in Mexico? I mean, like, oh, you mean like, okay, like, oh, yeah, because you get the transfer people from like European leagues and stuff like that.
Are there any?
The answer was yes. I found answers that there was at least Trevor Ariza, who was Oklahoma City Thunder player at one point. Who was
at one point? Last.
I don't know. I didn't see when it was. I just saw the name and I stopped looking at it because I didn't really. I feel like this is kind of a weird question to ask anyway. Like, why? It's like asking the question like, why are there no black hockey players?
Why they got? Well, I put Mexican players.
Probably because there's a lot of racists.
They put Al Horford up there. They put Al Horford up there. Al Horford's Mexican. Mind blown.
I'm trying to think. There's got to have been some. I mean, I say that, but there was also we had the first ever Mexican boxing champion ever, like less than 5 years ago. So it's like, I guess I could be wrong. It sounds crazy, but that did happen.
So let me ask this:
and that boxer's not even popular anymore.
What about the vaccine? Are you guys getting the vaccine?
It's so apparently, according to what I was hearing, like by the end of the next couple months, we should have it available to all adults.
I heard it makes your dick shrink.
Ohio, by the 29th, everybody that's 16 and older can register. Right now, they started tomorrow, 40 and up.
I'll tell you what, if work says we might be able to go back, then maybe. I mean, it really depends. If I'm not planning on going out as much, then I probably
Y'all gonna
won't.
take the vaccine? I got an offer to take it.
Yeah.
I mean, I will eventually, because eventually I do want to get back to normal life. It's just if we're not back open
Why
again,
would
what's
you
the
take the
point, right?
vaccine?
For me
You
doing it
know,
right away. Like I
people are
just don't have
dying
any
from the
desire.
vaccine.
It's one of those things where I'll do it eventually. I just don't have. I'd rather other people have the
I'm
opportunity
not going to
to
do
get
it.
first.
I don't want to do it because I might be immune to COVID. Did you catch it? Did you catch it? No.
COVID, so I don't know, but I ain't trying it. I ain't testing it.
Yeah, I'm good. Eventually, I will get it. I just don't have any reason to yet because I don't go out. If I went out and did stuff more, maybe, but I just don't go out and do stuff in general. So I'm not going to until we're about to go back into office, probably.
I ain't taking it down. I'm scared.
Or if they're like, if you want to go to do stuff and then I get offered to do things, yeah, I mean, whatever. But I mean,
in some places.
So what happened if people start taking the vaccine? You don't even know the long term effect of it. Like I said, it might make your dick fall off when you like in 2 years, or it might make you start growing titties and like you start having breast milk.
That's why you read.
Have you read about it?
I have read a little bit about it, yeah. Just to try and understand it a little bit more and what the purpose
Why
of
is
it
there
is.
so many different damn vaccine shots? That's what I'm saying. You can take a Johnson and Johnson,
So the world
or
can
you
get
can
all
take,
into once.
or you can take, or you
there's
can
not
take
enough.
2 shots. Like what the hell is it? The same thing?
Making it.
Well, let's say there's only 20 million doses of the Moderna vaccine, but
Well,
there's
what
70
shot?
million
Yeah, that's
people
what
on
I'm
the
saying.
planet.
What's the
You know,
best one? Moderna, Johnson and Johnson. Like, what's the best one?
So I think Moderna and Pfizer and the other ones that released that were 2-shot are 97% effective overall. And then you get the drop off after that. I don't know what the jump is, but the ones that I do know of, like I think Johnson and Johnson's like 70% effective. But the thing that's really important is that you are 90% less likely to get the disease to begin with if you have taken that vaccine.
70%
across the board.
70% is not worth.
Yeah, but you're 90% less likely to get the virus after you take the 70% vaccine.
You're 90% more likely to catch it.
Less likely. You're not going to catch it if you take it.
That is bullshit, Garrett.
I'm telling you what they're telling me about this is the statistics of the vaccine.
You're lying.
70% effective overall. It's 70% effective overall, but 90% chance it reduces the chances of you personally, no matter who you are, of getting it by like 90% or something like that.
And you're gonna take it and they're gonna be like, well, you got HIV now. We tried to use the HIV strand to kill off the corona and use it as a vaccine.
Did you start your new job this week?
Well, I went and took my drug test today.
I bet you they're going to require you have that vaccine.
No, that's an option actually. I could take the vaccine. They'll pay me $400 if I take it.
So see, how can you not take it? I know you ain't in no position to turn down $400.
I thought about it. I'm like,
it's not. It's $400 for. All right. Wait for 5 minutes. We make sure you have an allergic reaction.
All right, and then my freaking ear gonna fall off. I'm gonna be one ear.
My job tells me they're gonna pay me $400 to go get the vaccine. You gonna see dust like in a cartoon.
Yep, I will be gone in the ocean. I could use that money.
Hell no, I gonna take the vaccine. You don't know what the hell's gonna happen.
Anyway, because you can.
I haven't caught COVID, and I
haven't
go out
caught it either because I've been safe about it. But I
with
want to reduce my chances even further.
Right.
My daughter's caught it.
Trust me, this is an ongoing debate. I know people that don't want to do it either. It's.
And that's fine. Like if you don't want to do it, but they're also the same people that are going to argue about.
Well, Tony, you over 60. You should have been able to take it.
Man, you act like you're so much younger than me. You ain't been.
You should have been eligible. You already on the eligible bracket to go take it. So go take that shit. What are you waiting for?
50 or older, and then.
All right.
Tomorrow it's a 40. Man, I ain't 50 yet.
I ain't 50 either.
All right, then. I told you you're a year younger than me.
No, I'm not. I'm like 10 years younger.
No.
Go take the vaccine, Tony. You know you're more like.
You need to take it with all them kids you got. Trying to keep them safe.
My kids already had it.
You gonna tell your kids not to take the vaccine because they can get it again?
They caught it twice when my daughter did.
Yep, you can get it 3 times.
And she was they said she was asymptomatic. I don't even know if she really had it. But I don't want to take it. What if it get down? Now I take the damn shot. Now I keep catching the COVID.
You can't catch, like, that's the whole point.
Why even
introduce my body to that? They have to. The vaccine is made from COVID. People whose membranes has recovered from it and built up an immunity to it. Supposedly, they say these people built up an immunity. So they made a vaccine out of people who's caught it before, so their body's built up an immunity. But I know that's bullshit. Listen, my daughter has caught COVID twice. After you catch COVID,
did you get the vaccine for what is it? Smallpox.
yeah.
Did you get it for the
Have
month?
you ever had smallpox?
I really didn't need to take that. Ain't nobody even to catch smallpox from. So, but look, the vaccine.
There was a smallpox outbreak
listen,
like 4 years
listen,
ago, 4 years
they're
ago, like
making-
a decade ago.
They're
Like,
saying once you catch COVID, you
oh, am I
can't
crazy?
catch it.
Wasn't there like a smallpox epidemic like literally
No.
like 10 years ago or something?
Listen,
Like,
I'm telling you all this out of my mouth. They're saying the COVID vaccine that they made, and you can read up on it, is made from people that's caught it before and built up an immunity. They took their membranes and made it an immunity. But peep game, you're
that's how you
not.
make vaccine.
Listen, you're not immune after you catch it the first time. My daughter, listen, my daughter, my oldest daughter, caught it once. 5 months later, caught it again. Caught COVID twice. So you do
Okay.
not build up an immunity. So what they're injecting you with is some bullshit. There's not good. The people that's supposedly immune to it gave it like they're supposedly making a vaccine out of what these people's antibodies are built up from having it the first time and fought it off. So it's supposed to build up an immunity in it. But that's bullshit. Because I know for a God-given fact, my daughter caught it twice. So if you take the COVID shot, that don't mean shit. You still can catch it.
The COVID shot just came out like 3 months ago. Wasn't it even 3 months ago? It was like 2
Yeah,
months.
but it's made from people that caught it and got rid of it.
What do you think a vaccine is?
It's a preventative shot to keep you from catching it. But that's bull. You still gonna be able to catch
How
it.
are they going to stop you from catching something if you don't have something?
Look, I will make a 100 push-up bet that in the next month or two, people that caught the vaccine gonna start catching COVID again.
You can. There's
I
no.
think it's already
guarantee
happened.
of that.
I think it's already happened, documented one time. And it's not that it's going to prevent you. It's going to reduce the chances of you getting it by a high percentage number, which is
No, what
enough.
reduces the chances washing your damn hands and putting a
That's
mask
the
on.
truth. And that's the reality no one wants to talk about. You can get this vaccine. It's not like a button that you press and now you're not able to get COVID anymore. You're still just as susceptible. You're just less likely to contract COVID if you
Right,
actually
you need
become
to
in contact.
you need to stop being a nasty motherfucker. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cuss like that. But
You're
you
allowed
got
to
to
cuss
stop
on the
being a
show.
nasty bastard. Take a shower every day.
You're allowed to cuss on the show.
I'm sorry, yeah, take a shower every day. Wash your damn hands. You know what I'm saying? Wash your dishes. Stop being a nasty ass. You won't catch shit.
Sorry, guys, it's a little weird for us because we used to not be able to swear on this show. Because
Yeah.
we were on a school we were literally being broadcasted around like a college on loop, which was fine because they turned it off most of the time anyway, so we could get away with it. But we would walk in and it would be on some days, and we'd be like, "Well, I guess we're just doing a regular show today." Like,
Yeah.
like, all right, no offensive jokes.
Yeah, I
one
think
time
that's
we were
the cure to
literally in the
COVID.
middle of it, and one of the people in the school walked up and looked at us like, "Come on, dudes! Like, like what are you doing? What are you doing, dudes? We can hear you. You know, like." But anyway.
Yeah, but I think if you just stop being a nasty ass, it don't matter. Because like I say, you take the COVID shot and it's just, well, now I'm getting the COVID vaccine. I ain't gonna wash my hands no more. You know what? Fuck yeah, I ain't gonna wear no mask because I got the COVID vaccine.
Oh, yeah, I expect that to be a thing in the next 6 months for sure. Is for somebody
walking around like a dickhead.
I got the vaccine. I don't need to wear my mask. Like, no, it's not how it. No, wait, what do you mean? Like, and then just like the sadness that it puts inside me with how stupid people were when this thing started. Like, I get like that people didn't understand at first what this was going to be, right? You don't know. You just have to assume that it's going to be horrible. And granted, I'll give the news credit. They tried to scare everybody pretty good. You know, like they were like, hey guys, this is the thing. It just didn't work. There was only so much you could get people to believe, right? Until they actually saw it with their own eyes. But like, I don't know. It's like, like,
I mean, yeah, that being the vaccine, I just didn't see how it works. I want what the fuck Magic Johnson's taking. I don't care what it is.
just whatever, like self-sustaining crap.
Yeah.
Here's the thing, like I don't think
Whatever
it's
Magic Johnson has for everything.
Here's what I think is interesting about the
diet.
Magic Johnson thing is that it's the same thing as like healthcare in general in this country, right? Is like
Magic Johnson almost 80.
He's
Fuck.
like very lucky in the way that he's got money and the way that he can afford the best.
Well, whatever he's taking is the shit.
I don't think people like use that as the example when people are like, oh, they clearly hide, cures and stuff like that, right?
Looking at the watch too, you're like,
I don't think. Yeah, we'll end here in a second. We're right about an hour anyway. So it's
but people don't take the vaccine. I'm telling you. Now, I mean, wait to see it.
Please take the vaccine. Please. Phil's views do not reflect the views of the podcast. Please take the vaccine.
Look, I'm telling you, the vaccine. All right, go ahead, take it. Take it. Take it.
I'm definitely not taking my advice from you.
Take it. I'm telling you. I've seen it with my own eyes. I've seen people catch it twice.
You don't use condoms. I'm definitely not listening to you.
Oops. There's some
I do use condoms. You don't use condoms.
You got more kids than me.
But your kid is younger than mine. All of them.
Well, don't vaccinate yourself. Hold on.
I'll admit I didn't.
You had the most recent kid. How about that? You had the most recent kid. You the most recent fuck up, not me.
I might be the most recent, but you.
I'm not saying the most recent fuck up, but I'm saying the most recent. Like my youngest kid is 13. I had to think about that. Yeah. Well, about to be 13. 12 going on 13.
There we go. I originally had to put his vaccinate yourself, but I was like, wait,
guess what? You're gonna get the vaccine. You ain't gonna be had no kids. Your sperm count. You're gonna be just busting.
I don't have any more anyway. So
well, that I mean, us, but like Derek don't do it because I'm telling you, you're gonna be busting like exhaust. It's gonna be like when LeBron James come out for a basketball game. It'll be like it's gonna just be
the dust.
It's gonna be
out,
white. Yeah. It's just gonna be white dust. Your kid's gonna be like ghost, like your sperm like ghost, like you like. They go to the doctor. They're gonna be like, "Oh, you have no sperm count. Yeah, zero. Did you take the vaccine? Well, you can't catch COVID, but you can't catch an STD either. You can't catch a kid or nothing. You're gonna be having names like, you know what? You have a kid. It's gonna come out looking like Casper or some shit. It's gonna."
By the way, I meant to do this last week. I never did. We have a follow-up story. Did we talk about this? I don't think we did. Dak Prescott got his money. He's now being paid more a year than I think anybody else besides Mahomes. So like
he took the vaccine.
Yeah, no, he got paid. He got money. He got like $127 million contract or something. I forgot to bring that up during the sports. Yeah. That I saw Dak Prescott got his contract.
After that shitty season they had last year, they better pay somebody. All these other quarterbacks.
He wasn't even a part of that. He got hurt again.
You saw Andy Dalton jumped over to the Bears.
Yep.
What the hell was they thinking? Dalton,
he showed he could still play last year. I mean,
man, what? I know the Bears. Dallas got their ass whooped with Dalton. So the Bears are stupid. They the dumbest.
You can see enough out of a guy, even in a losing season, to be like, well, we'll give him a shot. I mean, look how many times Ryan Fitzpatrick has been.
We had a losing season with the Bears. I mean, the Bengals.
Ryan Fitzpatrick plays 3 months out of the year well, and they get signed every year because.
Listen, Dalton got the best sports agent in the fucking country. Because he sucked with the Bengals, sucked with Dallas.
He didn't really. Okay, I'll disagree. I don't think he sucked with the Bengals. I think the Bengals sucked, and he didn't help, but he didn't hurt. I don't think he was hurting the team as much.
Well, okay. Well, Brady, when Brady was with the Patriots, they won a Super Bowl. When he went with Tampa Bay, they won a Super Bowl. When he was with the Bengals, they got their ass kicked. That had the worst season ever. When he went with Dallas, enough said.
They didn't have the worst, but
shit, y'all go to the playoffs.
They almost made it. I mean, it was a pretty bad year for the NFC.
Suck. When you suck, you suck. All right. Well, watch the Bears go freaking 1-15 this year. Unless he get injured.
Freaking Bears are gonna be drafting Arch Manning in 10 years. Like
the Bears are stupid. They got rid of all their people. They ain't even got a draft pick. They dumb. They was talking about that on Sports Center today. Jackasses.
Yeah, I don't know, man. Like, sports world is just so weird right now. I can't wait for opening day baseball. You'll hear me start going nuts about Cleveland's pitching and how great it is to start the season, and then we'll get to the playoffs again, and then the Cleveland's pitching will collapse again. Just like always. Anyway, guys, I just want to make sure I thank everybody that showed up to the show tonight. Make sure you guys like and subscribe and click that little bell so that when we go live here on this channel, and we will see you all